Hey everybody, this is Pat Lewis from Pat Lewis Designs and Confession Time. You see my desk? I sometimes don't want to record or put myself on video because this is how my desk looks like most of the time. I'm a neat person, an organized person, but sometimes, I don't feel like, at this moment, I don't feel like moving everything, but I'm still creating, but I want you to be a part of the creation process. So this is what I do. This is not clean, so this is where we are. So I have this 2 strips of this metallic genuine leather strips. Then I'm going to create these earrings. And I'm going to use this 18 gauge aluminum wire. I'm just getting into the aluminum. So we are doing this as we go. I'm measuring. I have a measuring tape on the side of my table. And I'm cutting about 15 inches. That should give me enough room for error. Try not to mess up my roll here. So I'm new to aluminum. I usually use brass and copper. So I am somewhat still practicing. And I'm using, no, I'm not going to use my straightener because aluminum bends, dents easily. So I'm just going to use these nylon pliers to harden it a little bit and straighten it out. So this is pretty much a new design. Using this, move these out the way. Using these strips of leather for those who like to still have beautiful earrings, but they want it to be a little minimalistic. So I'm straightening that out. Okay. And if anybody knows me, they know Pat Lewis loves her gadgets. So when I create, I love creating with a gadget. Some people can do without a gadget. I can do without a gadget, but I love my gadgets. I have a gadget that works for everything. I'm putting these tools back because I'm not going to use that. Making some space. Because I do not like to operate in clutter, believe it or not. But right now, my area is cluttered. So I'm going to have to free up some space a little bit. I create all at once. I'm not going to need these. I'm moving these out the way. Okay. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to put those back in their spot. Believe it or not, I don't like operating in clutter. But sometimes it is what it is. Okay? So, move that out the way. Move this out the way. Now, I've straightened out my wire. And what I want to use is my medium triangular wubbers. I love these. To make my base. So I'm going to take this wire and put it halfway through. And then I'm going to wrap it around. Open it up and wrap it around. Close it up a little bit, not too much. So now I have my base where I'm going to begin, which is going to be my hook. So I'm going to take this leather metallic piece and I am going to loop it through here. Open it up a little bit. Fold this and make it even. And again, this is a a leather strip that I just cut. So here we go. So to try to make sure everything stays even while I begin an attempt to wrap this aluminum wire. One thing I do like about aluminum that I'm getting familiar with, that it is very flexible and you don't have to have such a strong grip. Okay, let me make sure that it's turned correctly. And then I'm going to add my clamps. I think I got them from the dollar store. But they work out perfectly when I want to, it aids me with my creation. So I close this up a little bit, my hook. And now I'm going to begin to wrap. Wrapping is very easy. Just trying to make sure I don't do it too tight and don't stick myself in the eye. I'm doing it by hand. So one thing about when you're creating via, when you're creating freestyle, as I would call it, and this is not pre-taped or planned, we are going with the flow. So mistakes may be made, but that's the part of the genuineness of handcrafted items. They're one of a kind. They are not perfect. They are not assembly line, because they are handmade and never to the same. They never come out the same. I try to make it, you know, exact, but it's just not going to happen. I try to do it as best as I can. So now I'm wrapping the wire around as close as I can, and then I'm squeezing it as I go. I want to make about 7 to 8 resolutions around to make this piece my own band. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Try not to squeeze too hard. And I may give it one more. Okay, there. So now I have, I'm going to squeeze these because I'm learning with this aluminum. My tools are made for wire wrapping because I love tools. And I love getting tools that works for whatever item and project I'm working on. So I have this twister, and you see my loop right here, a very special design, unique design, and I have the aluminum wrapped around about 7 to 8 times. So now I want to take at least an inch so I can create a spiral. So I'm going to take my clippers. These are really nice clippers. And I'm going to cut about this much. And you see that flush cut? Very flat. Hopefully you can see that. And then now I am going to wrap it. I'm going to start with these loopers, these wubbers, these looping pliers. And I had to really be careful because these are made for a heavy gauge wire. But with aluminum wire, I can wrap with my fingers. That's the plus about that. I can't do this with brass. Yeah, I can if I want to, but it's very painful in copper. So I made this. And now to repeat. Now that is the hard part. So I use this, my nylon, I smash it up a little bit because that hardens it, and I shouldn't do that part yet until I do the other one. So that is done. A pair of I got to figure out a name. If you can help me with a name, write it down in the comments. So now let's do the other pair. So again, I'm not going to do this one because the last time I tried to do that, because I don't like wasting material either. The last time I tried to do that, I did not have enough. So we want to make sure, yeah, that's definitely a difference. We want to make sure you have enough wire to do what you got to do. And use it efficiently, because I believe in working efficiently. Again, I'm going to take my triangular medium wubbers, because I have the small version. This is the medium, and then I have the large version. So I'm going to take this aluminum wire, put it halfway, mark right here. Then I'm going to flip it around the mold, then open it up, and then flip it around without sticking myself in the eye. I'm going to squeeze it, and that way we have this mold base. And then I'm going to take my strip of leather and loop it through. I think I may have made this a little thicker, but that's what happens when you freestyle. Let's make sure it's not too thick. I think it's just thick in the middle. Yeah, pretty much just in the middle. But I think we'll be okay. I hope. Because I am a perfectionist. So hopefully I can get over it. So I'm going to add my clamps to the bottom. And then I'm going to add my clamp to the top. And the only reason why I am clamping the bottom to make sure it stays even, because I don't want to clip at the end, because we are wasting precious product. And this is genuine leather. So make sure it's straight, not too tight. I'm going to try. No, I don't want to do it that way. So I have this. Now I'm going to swing this around. Actually, I need to squeeze this at the top to secure once I have that base in. And then do that first resolution. That part is important. And not do it too tight. And I am wrapping it freestyle. Uh-oh. I almost overlap. So I hope I didn't mess it up, because once you bend it, it's kind of hard to keep it together. So that is 3. And I'm squeezing it as I go along too. Keep it close. 4. Then I'm trying to keep it from going one way and the other way, but sometimes that's the way it goes with jewelry, when you're creating jewelry. 5. 6. 7. And I think I did 8 resolutions. Let's double check with the other earring. Once I find it, people, I didn't lost it on my table. What happened? Okay, here we go. It's right in front of me. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I did kind of like. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then that 7, I just went around. 1, count it from the front, or the part I'm going to use as the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this is where I need to turn. So I am going to. I'm going to do 1 inch. Use my flush cutters. Get it flush. Now I'm going to need the help of my pliers from the beginning. Try to make it, I think I made that too big. So now that may be a problem because I don't want to thing it up. Okay, I think we may be okay. Start it out. And then I'm rolling, rolling, rolling. So that do to me to let's see how it didn't come out as even. 1, 2. So let me just roll it here. Okay, there we go. I just rolled it to the other side. Okay. See if I can make it. Can't make it go the other way. Not on this one. I tried. That's gonna take practice. So now I'm going to use my pliers, harden it a little bit, just a little bit, because again, this is aluminum wire, and aluminum wire don't play. It scratches very easily. And now I have my 2 pair of wire wrap tassel strip earrings. You got ideas for names? Let me know. And we are done. I'm going to trim this up a little bit to make it a little bit more even so you won't see the back so much because one side is fatter than the other. So, but we are done for the most part. Thank you for watching Pat Lewis Designs. These earrings will be available soon on the website. So if you're interested, hit me up. Say, hey, Pat Lewis Designs, I want those. Well, thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye. Hey, you guys, I forgot to show you how I do my ear wires. So these particular ones, I am doing ear wires myself. These are not pre-made ear wires. These ear wires I'm creating. So I am going to take my wire to my side of my table where I have my ruler, and I'm going to cut 8 inches. Oh, this is 18 gauge, but this is fine. 18 gauge wire. Sometimes I use 20, but it's 18 gauge is the largest I go, because the higher you go in the number, that is the a thicker gauge. So for this one, I usually use 20. I'm sorry, yeah, 20. The higher the number, the thinner the wire. Okay. Try to get that right. Then now I am straightening it out. Straighten it out. I'm looking for my 20 gauge. Should I use my 20 for this? But I grabbed the wire I had in my hand. So, here we go. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers. Gonna make sure this is flat. And then I'm going to just make a loop. Here we go. And I'm going to take this, harden it up. And I'm going to take, I love my Webbers. And I'm going to take my medium round mandrels. And I'm going to use the small one. So I'm going to take this wire, put it in the middle. And then I'm going to flip it around here and go all the way around. And here is my base. And I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut here. Now I'm going to do it again. This is the flat side because those cut flush. I'm going to make a loop in the wire. And then now I'm going to take my nylon pliers. Do not want to lose these precious stones. I'm going to need to put those in a bag. And then I'm going to flatten it up, harden it up a little bit. And I'm going to take my medium wubbers for round nose. And then I'm going to twist it around the mandrel. Then I'm going to take my pliers because it's a little twisted up. Because it's important that get that even. And I'm going to take my pliers. You see how I'm putting it against that loop without cutting the loop, because I cut the loop and messed it up. So now I got that flat cut. So they should be pretty much even. I'm going to line them up. And they are pretty much even. So when I do that technique that way, I learned that trick from one jewelry artist on YouTube. So now I am going to take my cup burr. See this? For this size. Hopefully that was not too close. Sorry, guys. So. Oh, no. Don't tell me my battery's out. I have to charge it. No. Oh, well. I'm going to have to put this on the charger. I hope that's the case, because it never went out like this. So, I like that one because it, but of course I have a backup. I love gadgets, y'all. So, but hopefully this one's still kicking, because they don't sell this one no more. So I'm going to take it out of here and use my light and then charge that one up. Turn it on. I don't use this one that much, so I have to get used to the speed. Let me put on my safety glasses because I do not have them on because it's more powerful using the Dremel. I have the little bead reamer that's battery operated, but I recently got this one. That's too slow. That may be too fast. Turn it down a little bit. But I don't usually use this one. So I may be out of frame. Give me a minute. Okay, there we go. Round it off. I'm turning it around. So we won't have no rough edges. It's smoothing out. A little bit more. I gotta get used to this one. This is different. The speed and everything is different. I'm scratching up in the process. There we go. Gotta do that a little bit more, because I don't want no scratch tears on my watch. There we go. That's smooth. So now let me do the other one. There we go. They have the hand ones too, but I like my gadgets. So this is me. This is how I roll. Okay. So that should be smooth. I'm going to double check. Turn that off. Now I'm going to flatten it out. And I'm going to use my nylon. I'm going to harden it, because when I smash it with this, press it with these nylon pliers, it hardens it. So it makes it stiff, so it won't move and bend and be too flexible. So that is what I'm doing at this point. Straighten this out so it could be. I'm going to squeeze this in a little. And you see this is a little twisted, so I'm gonna straighten this out. Pressing it, pressing it, pressing it, pressing it, so it can get hardened. I did this size because I did not want it too long and to complement the earrings. So let's make sure this is straightened out. I'm going to put them side by side. That is a little bit bigger. But it's a little uneven. But we can make it. Yeah, we can do this. So I'm going to take my flat nose pliers. These are kind of even. And I'm going to flatten that up. And I'm going to take this from end to end. My thumb is in the way. Keeps popping up. Okay, there we go. Trying to make sure it's even. There we go. I hope. Okay, make it uneven so we can get even. Then I'm going to just take it back a little bit. So what that's going to do is give you a little slope to put it in the ear. And then I'm going to press it to make sure there are no extra bends. This is how I create my ear wires. Now I'm going to add it to the earring. So I want this part to face this way because this goes into the ear. And I'm going to take my smaller loopers so we won't be bending up the material. And add this. Bring it back in. See this beauty? So it will hang like that. Because we have some people love the original hoops. And I'm gonna open it up, open the loop, and close the loop back up. And make sure this is even. And the earring, I did trim it off camera, and the earring is done. Thank you so much for watching. And again, look me up, Pat Lewis Designs, patlewis-designs.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.